It might be absolutely nothing like the glossy powder, but I thought the packaging very similar. So let's just try them out. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you're new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name's Alanna, I'm a 37-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And on this channel we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, lifestyle, travel-y, vloggery bullshit. But with a liberal sprinkling of, some might say, sarcasm and cynicism thrown in on top. Now I do like a sweary word on this channel. If you're not into that kind of thing, I completely understand. Please feel free to vacate, but if it does sound like your cup of tea, there's a subscription button in the corner, give it a wee thumbs up and all that other YouTuber crap. Anyway, this video is going to be a wee haul video. It's been a minute. I've not really done a haul, I want to say since Black Friday, and even then it wasn't substantial, I don't think so. Anyway, so I had a little order with Boots. If you've been watching my vlogs, you probably already know I had Christmas and birthday vouchers with Boots. I then also have 2 Space NK vouchers that I have not yet used, and I still have to go to Space NK. I'm not sure what I'm going to spend my money on in there yet, but I did a little Boots online order because now they accept the vouchers online at last. By the way, my throat today, I don't know if my sons gave me something or if I've just been shouting too loud because it sounds a bit croaky. But yeah, done a wee online order because I did go into Boots, and when I went in I was a little underwhelmed. There wasn't much going on. I am going to throw in a couple other wee bits that have been sent here today and a couple of things from Superdrug as well, but if it sounds like your kind of thing, just keep watching. So initially when I went into Boots, I did think, oh, I could buy something fancy. I could get myself a nice like Giorgio Armani blush or something like that, spend my money on the high end stuff. And then I was like, be realistic, Alanna. You're just built for budget beauty, aren't you? I mean, I do like the odd like splurge product, but I love a little bit of budget beauty and I like to get more for my money. So had a wee look in store, as I say, wasn't blown away, but I did pick up a few things. I first of all picked up 2 lipsticks from 17. I have talked about these before. I'm sure I've done a whole video on 17 Cosmetics after they relaunched a few years ago. I'll stick it in the corner if you want to see it. But I feel like their lipsticks are really, really underrated. Like, nobody's really talking about these lipsticks, and they're really, really nice. I did pick up a matte one and a cream one, so like a satin version. I already had a cream one in like a nice berry colour. So I picked up the matte one in what I would say, it says it's called Rich Rosewood. And it looks kind of red, but I would say it's got that kind of deep, almost grungy 90s colour. I feel like on the swatch it doesn't look that way, but on my lips it looks quite a deep colour, and there is a hint of like a brown undertone to it. It's not a true red. And then in the cream one I picked up the shade Copper, which I have to say, when you're looking at the packet here, this looks like it's going to be a nude. It's actually what I've got on my lips today. So I feel like this is quite a good match. However, when you look at the bullet, I was like, oh, that's dark. But actually, the swatch itself comes out quite neutral. And actually, I find it to be a little bit like on the warmer side, like a little bit kind of got a hint of some sort of like orange to it. It pulls that way on me anyway. And I feel like it's a really, really nice neutral. Also a very, very comfortable wear. The cream ones are really, really comfortable. The matte one, I haven't really worn it for any length of time yet, so I'd have to give it a wee bit more time before I tell you, you know, is this comfortable in that kind of sense. But these lipsticks are £2.50. £2.50. So affordable, and they are very, very nice. They are really, really lovely. The cream ones especially, I can speak about them a wee bit more. And usually, if you've got like an Advantage card as well with Boots, you can get deals on 17 all the time. So you might get like 10% off because you're an Advantage card holder, or they might be doing 3 for 2 on 17 Cosmetics. So I cannot say enough about these lipsticks. I just fancied picking up another kind of more neutral shade. I swear to you, on the camera, I feel this looks really red, but it's definitely got that kind of grungy, brown, almost a little hint of 90s to it as well. I then fell down a bit of an e.l.f. hole. Now, I've picked up e.l.f. stuff loads over the years, and I really like a lot of their products. However, I thought I want to do a video talking about the fact that they have so many dupeable products. Like, they've duped high-end products, and pretty much do a full face comparing it to the high-end versions. So that's where I went kind of bananas online with e.l.f., but this was the thing that prompted it. So I have talked about these before. This is the liquid glitter eyeshadows. I have Copper Pop already, I think. It's lovely. This one is called, where's the shade? Black Magic. And I haven't tried this on my eyes yet, but my God, the swatch on the back of my hand, I was excited. I was so excited, especially as a little bit of a grungy demon. That is a single swatch, and my God, is it beautiful. I know it's a little wet still, but I can assure you the sparkle on this product is insane. It is like disco ball glitter. It looks wet look because of the amount of sparkle in it. It's so beautiful. Like I say, I haven't put it on my eyes yet. Look at that sheen. Haven't put it on my eyes yet. I'm wondering what it'll be like to blend out because it's so dark. Copper Pop lends itself quite well to being kind of a neutral sheen on the lid. So I'm intrigued to try this one. Now, while I was in Stuart Boots, I seen this brand. This is Bubble. And the reason I'm telling you about it is because I did do a video quite recently talking about 10-year-olds at Sephora and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like this is one of the brands that are almost feeding into that kind of we're suitable for children type thing as well. And I feel like they're doing it in such a way to say, I think they've even got their own section where this is suitable for children under the age of 14 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like I said in that video, I think let's just not market to children. Let's just not do that. And I get it, like there's nuances. People think like, well, my kid wants to use something, I want to know it's safe for them. So they're doing it in a good way. However, I'm just like, let's just not see children as cash grabs. Let's just not do that. But I was intrigued because this is called the Cloud Surf Water Cream Moisturiser. And it says it's a cloud-like hydrating cream that helps balance oily skin and reduce the look of pores. Now, I've got dry skin. I don't have oily skin, but a cloud-like moisturiser, I was like, cloud-like water, moisturiser, hydrating, sounds like my cup of tea. It doesn't have any obvious, like, on it, like, active ingredients. So it's not on the packet there. I'm just checking the ingredients at the back. What would be the thing that would be balancing oily skin? It also says at the bottom there, all skin types, including combination skin. So, you know. Just try to sell to everybody, aren't they? Anyway, let me show you the little package. And again, I think it's feeding into that drunk elephant, you push the top type thing. But this was, I want to say this was $11.99. Maybe $14.99. And I just wanted to try it because I'd heard a lot about the brand and I thought, let's give it a go. Let's see what the chat is. I still love Curel. I've been using them for about 18 months now and I adore them. I think they're fantastic. They have recently launched a dry skin but also anti-aging range. If I can find it, I'm going to stick a little photo here. Initially when I seen it and it was all about dry skin, I was like, oh, hello, give me it. And then I realised it was a little bit like that anti-age as well. And I was like, but I am 37. So, you know, I just feel like when things are marketed that way, it's like, well, I'm 37 and I've got dry skin, so I want to try something. But why can't it just be anybody any age has dry skin? Why does it have to be any age and dry skin? I don't know. Okay, so let's get into the online order. As I say, I fell down an elf hole, so there's quite a lot of elf stuff in here. It's mainly all elf. Is this just an elf haul? It's all elf. I think there's only one thing that's not elf, so my apologies. So first of all, this is the NYX Duck Plump lip gloss. I have wanted to try this for ages. It's only really just launched here in the UK. I think it's been about in the US for a little while. This is the clear version. It looks very orange, but it is called Clearly Spicy. I put a reel up about this as well, and I think it's really important because I feel like on all of the NYX marketing around this product, quite a lot of it is showing this product being applied to people who either have very naturally, beautifully full lips or lip-filled lips. They've got filler in them. And I'm like, why? Why are you showing me this product on lip-fillered lips? Like, what's the point? I want to see it on somebody with lips like me that has normal lips. And at the end of the day, like, if I put a little lip liner on and a little lipstick on, they can look okay. I can look like I've got some nice lips. I don't have no lips. This is really attractive. I don't have no lips, right? But I want to see it on somebody that it's actually going to be beneficial to. Like, why would someone who's got naturally beautifully full lips need this? Why would someone with lip filler would need this? Why? So I put up a reel on like a normal set of lips and I have to say, this shit's good. This shit is the shit I'm talking about. This is the stuff that back in the day when these kind of tingling lip glosses came about and they burnt your lip. This is like that. This is like taking me right back to then. And I have to say, I really enjoyed it. And this is the only product that I've actually taken out of here and played with yet. So I want to say over the last maybe 4 days since I filmed that reel, what I will do is while I'm getting ready, doing the kind of skincare stuff and all that, I'll put a lip balm on. But then when I'm about to go and do my hair, for instance, put a curl through my hair, I will put some of this on. I'll let it sit on the lips and just stay and get all tingly and good. Then I will dab it off so it's not super glossy, but that plumping effect is still there, and then I will put my lipstick on top of it. That's the way I've been using it over the last few days. But I think it's really good. I really like it. They do have lots of colours of these as well. I just got the clear one because I kind of was like, I've got lots of lipsticks that I like the colours of, but they do have a brick one, and I'm kind of like, intrigued. I also seen that Maybelline have now brought out one, and it's some sort of like chili lip balm. It's basically another one. These are back in fashion. These are back on trend. Like, who'd have thought it? But they are so back on trend. So I'm also a little bit like, should I try that one as well? Do I need to try that one? I've got this one. That would be stupid. But I'm also very, very intrigued about the Maybelline one too. I picked up an e.l.f. Wow Brow. That is because I've liked it so much over the years. I did feel like the MUA one, what's that called again? Brow Define? I still have the MUA one. What I will say is the MUA one has a lot of pigment to it. So if I want a really full and like almost not block brow, but put some colour through here to really frame my face, then I might use the MUA one. This one I feel is a little bit more for my everyday. This is a really, really good comparison to that of Glossier Boy Brow. I think it's really good. I get the shade Brunette and it works really well for me. I've spoke about it for years and I do think it's a great product, so I thought I'll pick another one up. I also picked up this, which is the Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's one of these ones that's like, what do you call it? Touche Éclat? Do you remember Touche Éclat? Do people still talk about Touche Éclat? You click the button and it's got a little brush on the end. So I thought, let me give that a go, because I had Touche Éclat years ago and I really haven't used anything like that in a while, and I just thought, that's intriguing. I then picked up two of these. I know, I'm behind the times. Don't expect me to be on trend with people. I always try things after the fact, it's fine. But these are the contour ones that are supposed to be dupes of Charlotte Tilbury. I have tried the Charlotte Tilbury blush ones, and I have tried the contour version of Beauty Pie's dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury as well. However, I have not tried these, and I thought, let me give these a go. I'm not going to go and rush out and buy Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not going to do that to compare it for you, because I have seen in a lot of things that actually there's a lot of reasons why they're not exactly the same. But I picked up the shade Light Medium in the contour. I'm a little dubious as to that colour, but we'll see. And then I picked up Champagne in the highlight as well. Now I picked up this. This is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. I know they've got the Camo and they've got the Camo Concealer as well. I did not like the Camo Concealer. However, I have had the Hydrating Camo Concealer and really, really enjoyed it. So when I seen that they brought out a hydrating version of the Camo CC Cream, I was like, okay, give me that. The only thing I will say is this is an SPF of 30. I do have the IT Cosmetics CC Cream and it is an SPF of 50. Obviously, I would be putting sunscreen on before that anyway, but that's the only thing at the moment. Like, obviously I could try it and it could be completely fucking different. But at the moment, I'm a little bit like, that's a downside for me. Like, I wish I had an SPF of 50. The other thing is, I got this in Fair 140. And I'm looking at it thinking, is that one going to be too, is it going to make me look ghostly? It's not pale, I'm ruddy. So I normally need something that's just a little warmer. This looked quite pale, so we'll see how that goes. I did also pick up this because this is supposed to be the dupe of, is it Supergoop? And this is in Sunbeam, so it's got like a kind of peachy shimmer, a bit of a tint to it. I feel like, does this mean it's going to be like the Beauty Bay Glow Filter, but with SPF? That's exciting. Again, SPF 30 though. Why not just make it 50? Why not just do it? So quite excited about this one as well, to try that out. I obviously picked up one of the liquid blushes, the Camo liquid blushes. I picked up the shade Coral Crush. The reason being, again, because I think if it is similar to that of the Rare Beauty ones or any kind of similarities at all, then I thought that's close to the shade I've got. I think I've got Joyful from Rare Beauty, so let's see what it's like. I also picked up this, which is the Lash Extender Mascara. I have seen quite a few people talking about this and saying it's really good. I believe people are saying that this is duping the Thrive Cosmetics, and it's like Cos, C-A-U-S-E, Cosmetics. I couldn't get my hands on the Thrive Cosmetics to compare the two. I had a little look online. I think I could order it from the US, but I was like, shipping and all that stuff is not worth it. Just don't do it, Alana. Just tell the people what this is like. So this is supposed to be a tubing mascara. It does look like it's probably got a plastic wand, but I've also seen people just saying this stuff is fantastic. Whether or not it is a comparison to the Thrive one, but I think that's what the dupe is for this, like the Thrive Cosmetics. So I'm going to give this a go. I quite like a tubing mascara, especially for work. So I'm going to give this a go. And then I picked up this. This was a bit of a kind of rogue one here, but as I've said before, I'm not a big powder gal, but in the last couple of months, I've really got into powder. Don't know why, just kind of all of a sudden I'm like, oh, maybe I like powder. However, I want to find a good dupe of the Glossier Wowder. I love the Glossier Wowder. And I was kind of like, what could we get on an affordable level that is similar? And I simply bought this because I was like, well, it looks like it. I'm not saying that the powder is anything like it. It's actually white, is it? Is it a white powder? Let me just open this for you. I mean, it's got a shade on it. What shade is this? Yeah, light. This is a light one. So they must have other shades in this. But to me, looking in the pan, it looks like a more of a white powder than it does a tinted powder. But I thought, let's just give it a go. It might be absolutely nothing like the Glossy Powder, but I thought the packaging very similar. So let's just try them out. And as I say, like, Glossy Powder is my favourite. I love it. I will continue to use it. But this is the Halo Glow one. So it goes along with the Halo Glow, the dupe for Hollywood Flawless Filter, that kind of thing. And I thought, so this might be more suitable for me with my dry skin. So maybe it will be a bit of a dupe for Glossy Powder. Let's see. Now, as I said, I did go into Superdrug as well. So this was not on my voucher. So I spent my own money on this. I had to work out the other day. I was like, how much have I actually spent this month? Because I bought a lot more than I probably should have. But I think I'm still in budget at the moment. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not buying anything else. And I'm so frustrated because Merit have now launched these beautiful matte lipsticks that I'm really, really wanting to try. But I will have to wait till March to do that because, you know, because I'm not going over my budget this month. However, these are a couple of things I picked up. So, Studio London have now brought out this Flaunt Flawless Bronzing Stick. Now, if you remember the Flaunt Flawless bronzer, the cream bronzer that was in the pan that I managed to pan last year because I loved it so much in the summer, wonderful. This, though, I was like, is this going to be a dupe for the Milk makeup? Is this going to be a dupe for Milk makeup? I'm excited. Now, what I will say is, I think I have picked this up in the darker shade. They only had 2 shades. And I feel like the other one just looked very orange. I'm going to convince myself here. Let me check what the bloody shades were. So I think they have them in other shades that might be more suitable to being blush shades as well. But they only have 2 bronzing shades. Yes, the lighter colour was called Suede. But it was really, like, really orange. And I was like, I know that's meant to be the lighter one, but no. So I went with this one, which is Brave Bronze. It looks closer to the Milk makeup colour. I think it's going to work out just fine. Maybe it'll be a little too dark. I don't know. With my complexion, I feel like I've said before, because I've got dark features, dark hair and stuff like that, I can pull with the darker bronzers a little easier. But yeah, the other one, Suede, looked really, really, like the colour just wasn't right. And I was like, no. This was £5. £5. I was very excited. How much product do you get in it as well? Let me just double check. 4.5 grams. How much do you get in the Milk one? Where's mine? Oh, I just went and grabbed it. Okay, no, so actually the Milk makeup has more in it. The Milk makeup one has 6.7 grams, which I find, that's not the flipping bronzer, that's the highlighter. 5.7 grams. So actually it does have more product in it. What I find interesting is obviously it looks a lot larger. This looks a lot bigger, but there's 4.5 grams of product in it. I'm just going to turn it up to see how much is in there because I feel like the Milk, yeah, so that's it there. So actually this is a bit of a waste, isn't it? Why is this big? You don't need all that. Just make it small like this one. Why do you need all this? But the Milk makeup one, as I say, lasts forever. And actually at the moment I've used so much of that Milk makeup one, loads of it, and it's probably not that far off just what the amount is of the Studio one. But the Milk makeup one is 22 quid. The Milk makeup one costs £22 and the Studio one is a £5. So if this works, I will be letting you know if it's a good dupe for it because I just think, you know, where you can cut corners and find products that are just as good, That's the way I like to do it. And then I picked up this from Makeup Academy. This is one of their powder blushers. I think they've changed the packaging of these. These used to be black, didn't they? But they've went through a bit of a rebrand. And this is in the shade Watermelon. I think it looks almost kind of pink on the camera. It's red. It's a true, beautiful red colour. A little coral. A little bit coral, but pretty true red. Again, I done a reel with this one over Valentine's, and I think it's a gorgeous colour. It's absolutely beautiful. I was also recently sent, that you might have seen on my vlogs, but I haven't really spoke about it on like a sit down video like this. Urban Decay sent this to me, which is their Moon Dust palette. They have 2 new shade ranges. This one, oh, what's this one called? Space Rider, I want to say. And then I think there's Space Cowgirl, which is a different set of colours. I was talking to somebody on Instagram about this because I've said already, I own the original Space Cowboy and the original packaging. They then sent me out the one in the little clear square packaging. Somebody messaged me and said, do you remember the original Moon Dust palettes? And I hadn't mentioned it in that video, you know, makeup that we don't talk about anymore. And she was right, I do remember the Moon Dust palette. It was lots of these like moon dust shades, but there was bright blues and pinks and greens. Like there was lots of fun colours like that Urban Decay used to do. So I feel like this one, Space Rider, is their safe neutral version, but they also have that other one, Space Cowgirl, that I think has like a bright sparkly red and a bright silver in it. So that's quite exciting. But I did feel a little bit like, why are we repackaging, repurposing and releasing these again when this palette existed? Why do we get rid of this, you know? But in saying all of that, this is a lovely palette. It's really, really nice. I've got it today on my eyes. I've used the Cosmic Space Dust one today. That's here because it is a little khaki. It's a little greeny. It's quite nice. The Wild Dipper Rides Again is like a beautiful pinky colour there. Look, see, like when I turn it towards the light, it doesn't look any kind of pink. And then here, you can see it. That one there is the original Space Cowboy. And this one here is Star Cowgirl. Now, I kind of was looking at this one and I was like, is that silver or is it... It almost has an iridescence of a pink through it as well. The Star Cowgirl one, are you seeing it there on the back of my hand? It's pretty. It's really, really nice. Obviously, Space Cowboy is gorgeous, but wait, I'll show you this wee pink one again as well, the Wild Dipper. It's really, really pink, actually. It comes off on the eye really beautifully. That is it there. Can you see it? See the two of them there? It's a lovely palette. I'm not going to deny it. It's a really, really nice palette. It offers a certain amount of versatility. It's not going to be like, oh, there's like 4 totally different shades in here. They're kind of similar. You're getting a similar look. But do you need this palette if you already have Space Cowboy, for instance? Have a think about it, because I feel like Space Cowboy, you could probably get quite a similar effect with Space Cowboy over different coloured shadows. That's what I would say. But I really like this palette. I think it's very nice. I think it's about 40 quid. Which again, I remember when their palettes that were like £8 palettes were 40 quid. The naked palettes were 40 quid and they were huge. It's just like obviously the price of things have went up. It is a lovely little palette. It's a really nice one to have as a lid topper palette. That's what I would say. I have used lots of these on their own without anything underneath them, but I feel like it's definitely a lid topper palette. Like you can see that the colour isn't like boom in your face there, but on the side and the sparkle is beautiful on them. It's really, really nice. But yeah, like just maybe with caution. The question, do you need it? Probably not, especially if you've got Space Cowboy. But is it nice to own? Yeah, probably. So take of it what you will. They also actually sent me the original eyeshadow primer potion, and I thought, again, that's quite funny considering I was talking about it in that video the other week, and it is the tube version. It is not the original packaging. And I started using it with that palette and I thought, God, I've not used this for years. And then I was like, do you know what? Actually, it's pretty good. It's quite a good eyeshadow primer. Again, I'm not saying rush out and buy an eyeshadow primer. I still use concealer most days. But because this has been sitting on my vanity over the last week, I have been reaching for it and using it. And I was like, do you know what? Eyeshadow is lasting a little longer. So maybe I need to take a word of my own advice here and not just kid on like eyeshadow primer is useless, because actually I was using it and I was like, oh, okay, actually it looks quite good. I was also sent over this stuff from Wild. I am a Wild affiliate. I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere so you know. I have a code. Use it if you want. It's up to you. But I think I mentioned in a vlog that I'd had some problems. Like basically I think somebody from Wild sent out a bit of a blanket email. Hey, how has your delivery been going with your PRs? Like how are you feeling about getting PR? And I had already emailed Wild to say, listen, I know you use Yodel as the person that sends stuff out, but the service is really poor. Like every time I get anything from Yodel, I find it in a bush, I find it under a rock, I find it somewhere, and I've been in the house. It's not like they're just fucking leaving it there because I'm not in the house. I've been in the house, and then I get a little notification to say, oh, Yodel delivered your parcel, and I'm like, well, I'm here, and nobody's came to my door. So I did reach out to them and say, well, actually, I have to tell you, not anything to do with Wild or the product, but yeah, the PR service has been pretty shitty. So they actually sent me out 2 lots of stuff, and they were like, please let us like send something out to you because you've missed out on like the Christmas PR and the launch of this. And so they sent me this out, which I think were some of the winter fragrances, Prosecco and Winter Berries they sent over. They also sent over Thunderstorm, which I think was to go with this case. So they sent over another case. It is quite masculine if you're going to put a name on it. It has that classic, more masculine scent, but not in a kind of nice tobacco-y, woodsy way that I would like. It's a little bit more Lynx Africa kind of way. That sounds awful, makes it sound bad. But it's, yeah, it's a bit more soapy, fresh, like not like that kind of man drinking a whiskey smell. It's definitely like a fresh, clean smell. So it's quite nice, but I actually was like, do you know what? They've sent me that, and they've sent me a whole new case there that I don't need. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll do a little flash giveaway over on my Instagram. And then I received this one as well, and it had 3 new fragrances in it as well, and I don't know if these were like spring launches. So they've put in Lilac and Linen. I feel like this one might have already been there. And it is lovely. It is very floral, and it is quite sweet and like, I want to say like girly, effeminate. It's very, very nice. It's like fresh cut flowers. It's very nice. And if you're into floral fragrances, then maybe that'll be for you. But it's not rose. It's like a fresh spring garden almost. And then this one here is Sage and Eucalyptus, which I don't smell the eucalyptus too strong actually. It's quite a mild one, that one. But this one here, oh, Purple Rain. Jack was into these and I was like, please don't eat them. Don't eat them. But he was smelling them. This is lovely. Like the Prince song, Purple Rain. Oh my God. It's so nice, and I can't put my finger on what the scent is. It is kind of sweet. I think it makes me think of Parma Violets a little bit, but I don't know if that's just because they're purple. But it's not sickly sweet. It's not like a sweetie smell, but it's very, very nice. I like this one a lot. And then for Valentine's Day, they sent me out another one, and I was like, what the fuck, now this is getting a bit ridiculous. This tin is actually gorgeous, and what I would say as well, I think they've changed their packaging, because if you look at the other one they sent me, I'm wondering if they were just trying to get rid of these or something like that. You used to push the buttons on the side there to get things out and pop in the new one. This one, the Love Heart one, has tiny little buttons right on the side there. Can you see that? Right there? And I thought, oh, how do you get into this one? I think that is actually incredibly fiddly. I don't think this has been a good move. I'm just double checking, like it must be able to be refilled. There's no way they wouldn't make a refillable one. That's the whole point of the brand. But it's so difficult. I also don't even know like what bit's supposed, oh, there we go. Wait a minute. Wait, you don't need to squeeze anything now. That's what it is. It's just pull-outable. Okay, so scratch what I fucking said there. I'm like, oh, that's so hard to squeeze. You don't need to squeeze it. I'm just an absolute ball bag. So basically this is one that you just now pull it in and out. You don't need to click anything on the sides. So that's clever. I did think this was very cute. This is a very cute case. Look at it, little love hearts all over it. But that must be a new design that they've done now. So you don't need to squeeze anything on the sides. They also sent along with that rose petals. This was like a really rose one. So if you like rose scents, then you're going to like this. I find as well though, this is a rose scent, but again, it's not overpowering. It's quite like a nice fresh rose scent. Like if you actually went up to a flower and sniffed it, it is quite nice. But again, maybe I'll do a little giveaway because I don't need all these tins. Like I already have a couple of Wild holders and it's very cute, but I just do not need that many holders. It's just not possible. What I might actually do is reach out to them and just say, can I just have the scents now when you're launching things? Because I just feel like it's a waste, isn't it? Like, they don't need to be sending me out a new tin every time. It defeats the purpose of the refillable tin. Anyway, but I'm going to do a little couple of flash giveaways for them as well. Okay, so I've timed that quite nicely there because I have exactly 10 minutes before I have to go and pick up Jack. So that's where we're going to leave this one. What did you think? Have you tried any of these things? Let me know. What do you think about the likes of the 17 lipsticks? Tell me, because I know I was chatting to some of you on Instagram about them. I think they're brilliant. And the plumping lip glosses. How are you feeling about them? Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are down below, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.